Well, 'twas the trade before Christmas, and all through the hall, not a creature was stirring. Volume was small, but at the close, there arose such a cheer. Stocks had erased all their loss for the year. Cali Carlin has the rest of the story. Cali?
So poetic, Mike McKee. I'm impressed. Well, yes, we are in rally mode going into the holiday weekend. I've got to tell you, traders were pretty rowdy down here this afternoon. I think they are ready for a three-day weekend. But as to be expected, volume was light, as you mentioned. The Dow did finish the day up more than 100 points and at a three-month high, may I add. And the S&P has now officially erased all losses for 2011. Now, optimism coming from durable goods orders, which rose 3.8% in November, so the most in 4 months. Though those numbers were really kind of lifted and inflated by airplane sales. Remember, Boeing had that record order in November. Plus, we had sales of new homes in the U.S. also exceeding expectations, rising to a 7-month high. However, both consumer spending and incomes rose less than forecast for November. Now, focusing in on a few individual standouts in today's trade, TripAdvisor led the S&P 500 pack, finishing 6% higher for the session after UBS initiated coverage with a neutral rating. Meanwhile, Johnson under pressure, closing down 5% for the biggest declines on the S&P 500. And this comes after a drop of 10% yesterday. The company is awaiting results of an FDA investigation into its Enfamil infant formula after concerns that it caused a bacterial infection that killed a newborn. And analysts at both Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan say, though, that the temporary damage to the brand is already done, regardless of how the findings come back. Meanwhile, Apple back above $400 a share today. Gene Munster, who covers Apple, out with a very bullish report forecasting that shares will surge more than 50%, saying that he's looking down the line at the iPhone 5 to be released this summer, a refreshed iPad 3, and even a television, Mike.
All right, Cali. Remember, you can always watch us on your iPad if you get the Bloomberg
right.
TV Plus iPad app.